Welcome to News from Midland University, a program by Northwood University. I'm Kristen Stahauer, Academic Vice President and host of today's show. We have an amazing lineup for you. We'll be starting with news about our fashion showcase, which is coming up just in a few weeks. We'll also have information about our Outstanding Business Leaders Awards. We'll also showcase our Northwood University Idea Center in downtown Midland and the wonderfully entrepreneurial activities going on down there. And then we will be welcoming back to the stage Susie Poley-Smith, my colleague, and we'll be discussing our open houses that are coming up, as well as Leadership Insights, A View from the Helm, a wonderful leadership series that we have on campus, showcasing world-class leaders. But first, welcome to Annalisa Bergeson, chairwoman of this year's Fashion Showcase.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're really interested in sharing with the audience what is in store for our viewers and those who attend the Fashion Showcase.
So our Fashion Showcase is completely student-run. We produce, market, finance, everything to do from the ground up of a fashion show, a full-scale fashion show. So we completely redesign our gym with staging and lights, and we have our students as models, and we style clothes from all over Michigan from boutiques, and then we do have some student designers as well creating their own designs.
That's pretty amazing, and you're coordinating an awful lot of activities too. So do you have an e-board that's helping you with that?
We have a board of just under 30 members. They're all students. They come from fashion backgrounds as well as finance, auto. Anyone can be a part of it, and they bring a lot of different perspectives to a fashion show.
Well, at Northwood University, we definitely prize learning by doing, and I imagine you've already learned a lot.
Yes, a lot. Definitely learned a lot about managing people and working with a lot of things. I didn't know a lot about finance before. I've learned a lot about financing a show and what it takes to put on a full runway show.
Yeah, and as you said, completely student-run. That's incredible. What's the theme for this year?
So our theme is artistic couture. I love art, and often fashion students love art because they do go hand in hand. So we want to showcase how that creativity of Northwood students and art do really play into fashion.
So how do you integrate art into the show then?
So our 5 segments of the show will be based off of a time period of art. So for example, we have Renaissance is one of our segments, and the stylists that we have will be influenced based off of those art pieces, and then the student designers who are in that segment are also influenced by those art pieces.
Well, it's definitely going to be a can't-miss event. If somebody wants to attend, what do they need to know?
So our show will be held in the Hawk Student Life Center on our campus at 7 p.m. March 24th. You can get tickets online on our website at nufs.northwood.edu.
NUFS.
NUFS.
Yeah, Northwood University Fashion Showcase, right? NUFS, okay.
Yes, and you can also buy it at the door.
Fantastic. So how did you personally get interested in fashion?
So I grew up loving fashion. I learned how to sew from my mom when I was very little, probably about 5.
And that is little.
Yeah, and I just continued on loving fashion, wanting to go to design school, but having a passion for business, and landed at Northwood because of the program of fashion, marketing, and management, being able to do the behind the scenes of fashion, not just the creating, but still loving the creativity of fashion and getting to express yourself with it.
Well, that's really exciting, and we really are looking forward to that event, and we wish you the best. And a long time ago, in fact, going almost back to our founding, the tagline for Northwood was "Business and the arts make great partners," and you are exemplifying that. So thank you, Annalisa Bergeson, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And for our next segment, Susie Poley-Smith will be joining us, and we will share information about how we're bringing many new families to campus, and also talking about our Leadership Insights series.
We've never met, but we know you. You've got big plans for your career and your life.
Yes, I love it.
You're the overachiever, the go-getter with the entrepreneurial spirit.
This is such a cool idea. We could definitely...
You're also guided by this inner compass, your true north. Yeah, We know you. And maybe it's time for you to know us.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Susie Pulley-Smith, Vice President of Undergraduate Enrollment. And Susie, there are a lot of things happening on campus, and we're conducting many open houses to showcase what we do at Northwood University for prospective students.
Absolutely, Kristen. Actually, we have 5 different events taking place in the next 2 months, with the first event taking place on March 22nd. It will be our esports open house for prospective students and families.
That's great. And so our esports team has won 2 world championships and tends to win almost at any event that they enter.
They do, and this is a very unique event because students will be able to have an opportunity to game with our championship esport athletes and also play the games in the training facility that our competitors use. And we just had 2 teams be invited to California for the national championship for the Rocket League.
So the legacy continues. Well, that sounds like a great opportunity for high school students who are interested in gaming and might want to see if they can do that at the collegiate level.
Absolutely, and students and families can go to our website at northwood.edu to get more information. But we have 2 more events taking place that very week. One will be for students interested in a career in fashion for our fashion showcase, and then also an opportunity for students that are interested in learning more about business STEM. And that could encompass data analytics, cybersecurity, operations and supply chain.
Yeah, and we know when we talk with CEOs and other executives and business leaders that those are some of the areas that are in greatest demand for them as for their organizations. So that's exciting.
Absolutely. And it just provide them with some very good information. It's a really good platform for students that are undecided, too, to come in and see what it's all about. But we have 2 more events taking place. One is the DeVos Graduate School Open House, and that's on April 11th. And then on April 21st is our big undergraduate spring open house. That's an opportunity for juniors as well as seniors to come out, do some breakout sessions, learn more about Northwood and what we offer. But we're also parlaying that with our spring football game. And that's especially exciting because we do have a new football coach, and he'll be showcasing his teams on our media day. And it just will give prospective students an opportunity to take part of campus synergy and see what it's like to be a part of a full-time residential campus.
Yeah, get a taste of campus life at Northwood University. Well, that's exciting.
It is. And yet another event is coming up, and Kristen, I believe that you're partaking in this, so I'm going to flip the script and I'm going to be the host for a minute. Can you tell me more about this upcoming exciting event?
I'd be happy to. We started a series this year called Leadership Insights, A View from the Helm, and we've been showcasing world-class business leaders. And on March 22nd, we are going to be hosting a Northwood University alumnus who happens to have had tremendous business success, including serving as the Chief Financial Officer of the Miami Dolphins.
Wow, that sounds very exciting. How do people find out more information about this open house or this event? Sorry.
Yeah, this event. Well,
right, it's not open house.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, so they can go to our website, and we have information about that. It will be at 6:30 p.m. in Griswold Hall, and it will be on March 22nd. So that same week, we've been talking about many events, and Chris Clements will be joining us. And it also happens to be our Founders Week, the founding of Northwood University, so it's very appropriate to be showcasing such an inspirational leader, both for our students, prospective students, and the community. The community is absolutely welcome. We hope they'll join us.
Absolutely. Wow, a busy week. So on that particular day, we have the 2 open houses plus your event, showcasing a Northwood alum, very successful. Yeah. And then on that Friday, 2 more events. And it sounds very exciting. Will there be an online component to the event that you'll be hosting?
Yes, we'll be live streaming it for those who can't join us in person.
Perfect. Well, thanks for letting me take over your duties as the host. That was fun.
It was fun for me, too. And next up, we will be showcasing our Outstanding Business Leaders Awards, and our colleague, Justin Marshall, will be joining us to share more details.
Hey, Mom, can we read another book, please?
I don't know, honey. It's kind of late.
You're late.
Mommy's gonna be a few minutes late today.
Too late. They're closed.
No, it's not too late.
I can send over the revised contract in the morning.
Look forward to doing
Babe,
business
you
with you. You know what?
Welcome back. We are joined by Justin Marshall, our Chief Development and Engagement Officer at Northwood University, and you are going to be sharing information about our upcoming Outstanding Business Leaders Awards.
That's right. We're very excited for this event.
How many years has this been going on?
This is our 43rd year of honoring outstanding business leaders, and this year we have 6 wonderful recipients of this award, including the Richard DeVos Young Entrepreneur Award. And that's something we started a few years back to honor the influence of Richard DeVos and to bring in a younger group, a younger generation of business leaders and really honor the things that they're doing in industry.
Oh, that's wonderful. Could you share a little bit more about maybe some highlights of some of the recipients?
Absolutely. All of them are wonderful business leaders, but there's a couple that I'd like to mention. First of all, we've got Mike and Diane Morey, and many of the viewers might recognize that name. They are the very generous couple that donated the 35 vehicles to Northwood University and really just made a transformational difference on our campus and for our students. But they also, in their own right, are wonderful business leaders. They founded Bandit Industries. They founded it together, and they created a wonderful company that they eventually sold off to their employees. And we're going to be honoring them at the Henry Ford Museum. And we're also honoring someone that I'm a little bit excited about, Vinnie Johnson. Now, that name might not be familiar to a lot of people.
As a basketball fan,
Yeah.
It's a very familiar name to me.
But they might recognize him as the microwave with the NBA championship Pistons, Bad Boys era. He went on after his basketball career to found the Pistons Group, which is a multi-billion-dollar, billion with a B, company that is one of the largest private companies in the country. So we are thrilled to be honoring the microwave Vinnie Johnson at our Outstanding Business Leader Awards.
Well, that's wonderful. And as you mentioned, too, these are people who've achieved really the pinnacle of business success, but also have given back to their communities and have been philanthropic.
That's right. Yeah, every one of these honorees, all 6 of them, great business leaders, wide variety of industries from hospitality to fashion to automotive to manufacturing. They're all doing wonderful things in the C-suite and in the executive boardrooms, but they're really doing exciting things for their employees and taking care of their employees and taking care of the communities that they operate in and making sure that whatever they do, they leave it better than what they found it. And I think that's important for our students to see that sort of influence beyond the business decisions.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned our students, too. Could you share a little bit about how our students benefit from the wisdom of these leaders?
Yeah, there's multiple ways. So we partner a student with each of the honorees, and they kind of become their concierge throughout this entire process. They interview them, they get to talk to them, learn from them, and then present them at the actual event. And then a much larger group of students actually comes to the gala, learns from their experience, is inspired by their words, and there's an entrepreneurial roundtable that you get to host, and we have our students, they get 15 minutes with each of the honorees, and they just get to ask whatever question is on their mind. And hopefully that can help them take that next step in their leadership journey or their business journey at Northwood.
Yeah, well, and I am honored to be able to moderate that, and it's so exciting to see those small groups of students talking with these business leaders and being inspired by them, and it kind of lowers the barriers too, because when we see people at the top of the ladder of success, sometimes they look maybe unapproachable, but they're always just such warm, heartfelt conversations.
They love working with our students, and they love having an opportunity to add back and speak with the younger generation, because that's our future.
Yeah, well, and we talk about making a difference at Go Mad,
Absolutely.
right, at Northwood University, and these are people who've done that and do that through this process. So if somebody would like to attend the gala, what do they need to know?
So we welcome anyone. Anyone is welcome to the gala. They should visit our website. They can go to our main page, www.northwood.edu, or if they add a / and an OBL at the end of that, they will go directly to the Outstanding Business Leaders page where they can purchase a ticket or make a sponsorship. And the great thing about this event is it's all goes to student scholarships. At the end of the day, the proceeds from this event support young men and women who want to be at Northwood, who believe in liberty and business for all, and they just gives them an opportunity to be here regardless of their circumstances.
And it can be a life-changing difference, really, to receive those scholarships.
It really can be, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Justin, and best wishes for a very successful Outstanding Business Leaders event.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah. And next, we'll be joined by Patrick McElgun, the director of the Northwood University Idea Center and many other entrepreneurial activities. Welcome back. I'm joined by Patrick McElgun, the director of the Northwood University Idea Center in downtown Midland, and also director of much of our entrepreneurial programming that takes place to complement what happens inside of our classrooms. Welcome, Patrick. How long have you been with in this role?
Thanks, Kristen. I'm so excited to be here with you. It has been about a month and a half now, and it has been exciting and busy 6 weeks, that's for sure.
Well, it's been fun to see you in action, and you absolutely hit the ground running.
Yeah, we have been busy right from the start, first diving into our DECA team, who went over to States about 2 weeks into my start here, and we took the most amount of students out of any participating school, and on top of that, we had 15 of them actually qualify for ICDC, which is their international competition that's happening in April down in Florida, and I think we ended up having the most students qualify for that as well out of the state of Michigan, which is exciting.
Yeah, and for people who aren't familiar with DECA, could you just describe how that's such a powerful learning experience and competitive experience for students?
Oh, absolutely. It gives the students a lot of real-world practice with case studies. They're typically presented with a case about 30 to 60 minutes prior to the start time for their competition, and they work together either as individuals or as a team to develop a solution, come up with a holistic idea and approach, and then present that to a panel of judges. And so it really helps exemplify, I think, the things that the students are learning in the classroom, and then translate that into real-world problem solving that's going to set them up for the future as they go on to their careers from Northwood.
Right, because as we know, those are the skills that are in such high demand and valued in the business world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What other things are going on in your portfolio?
So in addition to the Idea Center and a lot of things that we're starting to ramp up with that space downtown, we are diving headfirst into all the planning for our lab camp, which is the Learning About Business camp that happens every summer. And so super excited to have some of those final details getting hashed out and actually launching the applications online here in the next couple of weeks.
That's good. So watching the Northwood University website, any prospective lab campers, and what age student would be interested in participating in our lab camp?
So primarily high schoolers, 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. It's a great opportunity to come spend a week on campus, staying in the dorms, learning a lot about business through our model of the business model canvas, where they actually get to work in teams to develop their own business idea and then ultimately present it at the end of the camp in a mini Shark Tank style setting, which is really, really fun.
Yeah, that will be very fun to see those presentations. So what else is going on with your portfolio at the NU Idea Center, for example?
So at the Idea Center, some of the other things that we're starting to dig into is we have a podcast studio that I think people who live here in Midland see a lot as they walk around downtown and they pass by the window and they peek their head in and want to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So we're really starting to activate that and bring in more students and eventually start to open that up to the community to be able to use. The other thing that we're really excited about is using the Idea Center as a platform and a physical bridge between campus on one side of town and the rest of the community, especially downtown, and looking at some field work potentially for students, maybe bringing in some consulting for small businesses and leveraging the passion and the excitement and the knowledge of the students, as well as eventually hosting some additional events in the space itself.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It really exemplifies how Northwood is Midland's university with our location downtown and all those amenities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Patrick, you have just, the student feedback has been so positive about you being in this role, and you bring so much. You're very relatable, and yet you've achieved so much that they also aspire to. Could you tell us a little bit more about your background?
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I am a Midland native. I came up through Midland Public Schools. After college, came back and coached lacrosse at the high school level. Spent a little bit of time here at Northwood for about 2 seasons with the men's club lacrosse team.
Which is now a varsity sport for Northwood starting next fall.
Yeah, and I was so excited to see that. So I'm very, very excited to see both for the men's and women's team that are going to be new varsity teams coming up in the next season, how that goes and the launch of those teams. But that ultimately led me to the Small Business Development Center, where I spent several years as a business consultant working with small businesses in the area, helping people start, run, and grow their business ideas.
And you've done that yourself.
And then I got a lot of joy living vicariously through everybody else that I got to work with, and eventually stepped out on my own. And so I know a lot of people in the area might know me best as one of the co-owners of Grove Tea Lounge, which is a tea-forward cafe that we have here on the east side of Midland. But my wife and I have dabbled in some other entrepreneurial ventures as well as health coaches and working with people one-on-one with their health and fitness goals too in the past.
Well, your accomplishments have been noticed as well. Could you, I know you're very humble, but could you share some of the awards that you've received for your entrepreneurial accomplishments?
Sure. Most recently, I had the privilege and the honor of being recognized in the 18th Annual Ruby Awards just a couple weeks ago. And then, oh gosh, the Entrepreneur of the Year Award for the Midland My Pros group. And in that same year, the Entrepreneur of the Year Award for the Midland Business Alliance, Consultant of the Year for the Small Business Development Center, and I'm sure there's others, but I think those awards, they make me sound a little cooler than I actually am. But I think what you see behind all of those is, or what you don't see behind all of those is the number of people who have just supported and encouraged and poured into me along the way. And I'm excited to just continue that legacy and been paying honor and tribute to all the people, my parents, family, friends that have continued to support me through all that.
Well, and in this role, you're supporting Northwood University students to make their entrepreneurial dreams a reality. So thank you for that, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here, excited to see what we can do with the Idea Center moving forward and equipping these students to pour back into the community and into their careers as they move forward.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us today for News from Midlands University, a program by Northwood University. It's been great having you, Patrick. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we look forward to welcoming you to